Hi, my name is Abigail,
I'm Kristen.
and Kristen is going to be my interviewer, ET. And I'm going to ask her some questions. Kristen, do you fear death?
I do not fear death.
Oh, that's a very unusual response. Why do you not fear death?
I don't fear death because I know it's inevitable, and I've been around death so much, like in healthcare, like I see people die all the time. So from like a very young age, I've known like regardless, people are gonna die. So I've just always lived my life of like eventually I'm gonna die. But then there's also my religious aspect of like I have the peace of knowing that like when I die, I'm gonna be like living forever in the presence of God and like the presence of others. So I don't fear death because I just throw peace after, and it's gonna happen one way or another. So might as well just get used to that and be okay with it.
Does your family also not fear death, or is that just something that you...
My mother definitely fears death. She like has really bad anxiety, like the death anxiety that we talked about. Major for her. Like always, she has like dreams about it all the time, and it's really annoying. She'll be like, "You died in a hole last night," or like, "You died from this." And I'm like, okay. Like she fears it a lot. My dad has never really talked about it, but when we brought it up like a couple months ago, he didn't really seem like he feared death, but I think like obviously he fears like if I were to die or if my brother were to die. So I think he fears the pain of like watching others die, but I don't know if he fears his own death. I don't know.
That makes sense. How does your lack of fear affect your perspective on life and the actions that you do?
I'm very much of a risk taker. I
Go get it.
drive like there's no tomorrow, literally. My parents screamed at me when I was driving through Houston. It was great.
So they're definitely fearful of you dying.
Oh,
and maybe
yeah.
not yourself. Yeah.
I was like, and they were like, oh my God, my mom in the back, she was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Anyway, oh my God.
They were with you in the car?
Yeah.
And you still didn't care?
Yeah, it was like their first time visiting in Texas, and so I was like, oh, let's go to Galveston.
That's
and
awesome.
And they were like, anyway, take for lots of risks, adrenaline pumping activities to like, woo.
Like, would you skydive?
Oh, 100%. Skydive, bungee jumping. I love doing like zip lines over like sketchy ass areas where it's like, will she die? I don't know. Like I get excited about it. I'm like, whatever happens, happens.
I love it.
It's a game.
And how does your lack of fear affect your relationship with other people?
Oh gosh, affect my relationship with other people. I feel like I always try to leave in like a positive interaction, so that like if I do die today, like if we got done with this interview and I walked out and got hit by a car and died, I would know like we left on like a good pace. Just saying, like you could die at any time. So I always try to leave like within good standing of people, even if like I'm in an argument with someone, I still want to fix it so that we can be on good terms. So if I did croak out when I stepped out of this building, at least you won't hate me. You'd be like, well, she was fun.
Yeah.
Always having that. And that just made me also realize my interactions and relations with people, I make sure everyone knows that I'm funny. Because when I die, if people don't think, if no one at my funeral says I'm funny, or like when they answer the Kahoot of was she the funniest person ever and you say no, you're being booted out of the funeral.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, you used a word that a lot of people don't use. You used die or died in our conversation. What are some words that you hear other people say around you that maybe is they choose to say it to be softer or whatever they believe is the right way to speak about someone?
So my parents will use passed away. My grandparents will use like with God or in a better place because they're more religion based. But then I'm at work and I have to say like your so-and-so like family member died. Because we're told, like, in, like, the healthcare field, it's easier to say, like, so-and-so has died, because otherwise people don't, like, fully register that, like, someone has passed away, I guess. And so if you say, like, they've passed away, they're like, what? But if you're like, they died, like, sometimes people just need to hear that to register it through their brain, to be like, oh, okay, this person's no longer with us.
Yeah.
So we'll put it in that terms, but then when I notice, like, when people are telling family members, it's always like, oh, and they're in a better place, so they're resting eternally with God and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
Thanks for sharing that with me, and
you're so
thanks
welcome.
for doing this interview with me. Bye.